We are 20 minutes south of downtown Buffalo. It is Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing right away is Allen. Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for the end zone.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
On 4th down, Stroud. That's going to be intercepted. Picked up. And now he loses the football. The Bills have got it.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going forward on 4th down, he's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive, but great job here by the defense coming away with the stop, and now we'll see if the offense can come on the field and take advantage of it.
Look out. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. That's Palmer, the man in motion. The left side into the hands of Olave.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here now, 3rd and 5.
Middle.
Now Allen. That's deep for Olave. And that is incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down. The Bills bringing on their punting unit. That's taken at about the 14. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
12 yards on that hookup. 1st down for Houston.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. And this will be incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by Carrington Valentine. And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand?
Off 52.
They'll go play action here with Allen. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now, Stroud. Again, working deep downfield.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's shoved out of bounds and probably loses a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
Hey, tight. 56. Out. What's that?
Now Allen facing 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Drive will start on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Stroud to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And that is in.
When you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. To throw, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
First and 10. of the gun. Here's Allen. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
A design run here for Allen. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. It is 3rd and 10.
Middle. We go.
From the gun, Josh Allen. Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
Regular. Alert! Half.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion.
What's that?
4th down. Here's Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermine before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Nike Texas. Watch Tony. All right. 11.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A pass, right side, taken by Baker. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Stroud going to set up to throw. Open man downfield. It's Nico Collins. And he's going to take this into the end zone. Sensational play for the moment. There's a marker down. I don't think he's going to like the result of this flag. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
We go.
Allen will throw. And he's got Palmer. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Alert!
That's Palmer, the man in motion. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
We
They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Half 10. Gun. Monday.
Allen. And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
That's Palmer, the man in motion.
Stop.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. The penalty yardage certainly helps. Now it's third down, and they need 5.
Middle.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He'll air one out for Palmer. That is caught. What a throw. Trey Palmer. Touchdown, Buffalo. That his first touchdown of the new year. Extra point try by Bass. It's up and good. And the Bills will move out to a 14-7 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return is Rogers. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Now Stroud. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
All right.
Here's Stroud. That's complete to Baker. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page and the ball falls incomplete.
That's hauled in on the left by Nacua. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And There wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Open man, that's Collins. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting...
And for the 3rd time in this 1st half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Stearns.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And this defense plays it beautifully. They knock him back to the 7.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now it's Allen. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And for the 3rd time in this 1st half, he's been intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Going up top. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
All right.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
3rd down, 3 to go.
All right.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. That is caught at the 3. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Now, Stroud. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Texans. So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. He gets it to go, and the Texans will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. From the back line of the end zone, a surprise, he's bringing it out. And the decision to bring that out, a poor one. They're going to be backed up deep to start this drive. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. That's Greg Rousseau in there for the sack.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, they're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. To throw is Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
You know, Mike, anytime you decide you're going to air it out backed up on your own goal line, you're taking a big risk, right? It's got to be out of your hand fast. Give the quarterback somewhere to go quick. But the defense knows that. They're attacking. They're taking some chances to jump some passes. We saw it there, and they're lucky that was just a turnover instead of a pick 6. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Olave is the motion man. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Third and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. First and goal coming up.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Handoff, Gibbs running left. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Hey, tight.
On third and goal, here's Allen. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach fourth down by what they call on third down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on fourth. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on fourth down is leaning towards settling for 3. Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. That ball's going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Carrington Valentine. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. What a time for a pick six for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick six.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick six them, and you're able to extend that lead.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return is Rodgers. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go, let's go.
On first down, it's Stroud. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the... Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
And this will be a Texans first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Throwing is Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Here we go.
Tight end going in motion here. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stroud. He's going to run it.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Only quick, right? Look hot.
The motion man is Nakua. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He's got it at about the 8. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get...
And he will score! Game on! Touchdown, Houston! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off.
If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll stay on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Texans. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's first and 10. Olave is the motion man. He's trying to get around the corner, but can't. Going to be run down behind the line. A completion, yes. A loss of yardage, yes as well.
56.
Here comes second down.
Half 85.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Allen on third down. He's got his man. That's Olave. And he's out of bounds with the first down. So they get a new set of downs and just as importantly stop the clock.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Olave is the motion man. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10.
Alert! Half. Alert, alert, alert! Look out!
Now Allen. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10.
Five wide. Half 10.
Allen going to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Now, a big 3rd down.
Monday. Stop. Middle. That's it.
Again, it's Allen to the air. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
Off 52. Hey, home. Hey, tight. What's that?
They'll try and throw for it with Allen. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. They stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now a timeout, Buffalo. Their second.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
First and 10. Your tight end motioning left here. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get about 5. And a timeout comes. The whistle blows with 3 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Here we go, let's go.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one.